We found the elk. They're in those cedars on that second ridge away. There's about 50 head in there. We're trying to get Kira, who's behind the camera right now, her first animal ever. So if you look down right here in front of us, go ahead and record that. This is where all the elk come through. We're gonna follow their tracks right to them. We gotta go about 1,000 yards to get to them. But if it would have been 20 minutes earlier, we could have shot this same herd right out of the truck, out of the parking lot almost. Only had to walk in about a quarter mile. Got in on about 60 head. Some guys shot one, and this is where they pushed to. So we're gonna go see if we can't make a play on them and see if we can't get Kira her first elk, first big game ever. So let's go. At this point we had found the elk, but we were having issues with the rangefinder. It was so cold on the mountain that the cold had simply just zapped the power right out of the battery. We had sat down behind a cedar where the elk couldn't see us, so we had time to pull the battery out of the rangefinder and put it inside our jackets and warm it up as much as possible. After getting the battery back in, we were able to get the rangefinder to turn back on. What we didn't know was that with such low battery, the rangefinder was giving inaccurate readings. The elk were actually about 120 yards farther than what the rangefinder was telling us they were. See the two just to the side of the trees? Can you see the elk? See the one standing right in the tree? It's like halfway out of the tree. Now it's walking. Still on it? Just shoot it. It just stumbled. After we took the first shot and the elk was hit in the front leg, all the other elk were headed up over a steep pass through some rocky cliffs. We knew we had to get another round in the elk and get it down before it got into the cliffs and got to a point where we wouldn't be able to recover it. That sounded like a hit. At the last second, with about 30 yards before the elk got into the cliffs, she was able to make the shot, good enough to count, and the elk came down. Good job.
Don't have to go.
Don't fall. Let's go get it.